Alright guys, good day everyone. I greet you and I welcome you all to this week video. Today is Saturday. I'm recording this video this Saturday morning and I want to apologize to you guys. You might be hearing a lot of noise on my background because they are working on our compound, so I think they are renovating the house, so there will be a lot of noise and I apologize for that. I will try to make this video as quick as possible. So this week was a tough week for me, a very tough one. I messed up. Yeah, I messed up this week. I messed up full time, you know. But let me just dive into the video and explain to you guys what happened. And I've been feeling down since then. This happened on, I think, on Wednesday. Yeah, on Wednesday. I've been feeling down. Normally, every day I come to the chat by 11:30 to 12 o'clock. I'm already at the chat. But you won't believe that I came to the chat on Friday by 2. That is how how weak I was because of what happened. So what happened on this week, weekend, I did a total breakdown of my past month trading, because I started this year with 2 pair, which is NAS 100 and US 30, and I've been trading these 2 pairs since this year. So last week I did a total breakdown of every trade I've taken, and I find out some things. I made some changes, I made some changes to my pairs, because I found out that US 30 was after my life. NAS 100 is more better and more clear to me than US 30, and both of them move in the same direction, but sometimes they do the opposite. They move separate ways. Sometimes I've noticed that movement, like 2 or 3 times. So, but most of the time they move in the same direction. So, looking at the trades I've taken, I noticed that NAS 100 gives me more clear direction, more than US 30. And sometimes when I take a trade, because US 30 is a bit faster than NAS 100, so sometimes when I get into a trade, when I have same setup on those pairs, US 30 tend to mitigate my POI first most of the time. So, and when it mitigates my POI, it will stop me out, and by the time it stops me out will be the time NAS 100 is mitigating its own POI, and at the end of the day NAS 100 might give me a win while I have already lost on US 30. So after going through all this trade I've taken, after breaking everything down, so I sat down that Sunday, that is last week Sunday, this week Sunday, so because weeks start from Sunday, right? Yeah, I think so. So this last Sunday, I sat down and I rearranged my plan. I said, okay, the plan was to focus on NAS 100 and US 30 for the year. But looking at what is going on, there is no way I'm going to continue with that US debt, and I don't want to trade only one pair. So what I did was I've traded Euro USD in the past, and I was very profitable with it. Euro USD is my best pair, my best pair. But I leave the Euro USD because of the lot sizes that it's giving me when I want to take a trade. And because of the lot sizes, commission tends to be high, unlike all these indices that you can just use 0.10, 0.9, 0.8 to risk 1%, depending on the account size. So that was why I left Euro USD. And then again, I haven't traded gold for the longest time. I think since 2024, I haven't traded gold. But I like first and second quarter of 2024, I traded only gold. The beginning of the year, I focused on gold. I even bought a course from a guy that trades only gold. So I traded this gold, only gold, for like two quarters from 2024. So this is what I did. I backtested Euro USD with my strategy. But backtesting is just to test your strategy. For me, backtesting is good, but I don't rate it that's high because all the strategy I've traded before, I was never unprofitable with them while backtesting. All of them are giving me high win rates, but when it comes to the real chart, things tend to change. So it's when you are trading on the real chart, that is why when you make the right adjustment to that strategy. But at least you have to backtest your strategy to know that, okay, this thing is working. So when you are for testing it, when you are trading it live, you will know the angle where you will be adjusting. I backtested Euro USD and also gold, and I see that the strategy is working on both pairs. So what I did was I removed US debt and add Euro USD and gold. So now I have three pairs on my list: NAS 100, Euro USD, and gold. So this is the first change I made this week. So after that, because I've traded Euro USD in the past and I know how Euro USD works, Euro USD do well on London session too. So because of that, I adjust my London session. So now I will be trading both London session and New York session, but not Asian session. So this is how I arranged my plan, how I adjusted it this week after my breakdown of the past results. So I'll be trading London sessions now, and I'll be trading New York session. So this is the change. Now, my account, the account I'm documenting with, like you guys know, I always show the account balance, was left with 4,600, which means I have 2% on that account to risk. And that is my phase 2 account. I still have other accounts, but this one is my phase 2 account. So I thought about it and I said, since this account is left with 2% to get loan, maybe I should just leave this account and start documenting with another account. And my other account is, I was on drawdown on that account. I've taken one trade on that account because GFT, good funded trader, you have to take at least one trade every month. So sometimes I take trade with 0.01 lot size, but on this one I take a full trade, and I lost that trade. I took that trade just to keep that account alive. It's the same trade I took on my other account, but because you have already sent me an email on that one, I just saw that set up that day. I took it on the account and also my documenting account, and I lost that trade. So I was down 1% on the account already. So my plan was to leave the documenting account, my phase 2 account that is left with 2%, focus on this other account, and start documenting with it. And I plan to update you guys about everything this week. So there is another way I wanted to trade this my phase 2 account. It's risky though, but I wanted to give it a shot. I wanted to trade another pair, as in currency pair, with that account, and I want to risk the whole 2% and give it a shot, then see if I can grow that account at least little by little to break even. If I'm risking 2% on that account, even at 1:1, 1:1 risk to reward, I can close just little by little, then see if I can bring the account at least back to break even, and I will leave the account. This was the plan while I'm documenting with the new account now. So this is where I messed up. Instead of focusing on this plan the way I mapped it out, I now come up with the idea of, since I want to start documenting with this account and it's down 1%, let me take a trade. Mind you, on Monday I took a trade on currency pair on that my phase 2 account, which is left with 2%. I was risking that 2% on that trade. So that trade was running. On Tuesday, I took a trade on US 30, which something happened that Tuesday. If I had taken that setup on that Sunday, I would have gotten a win of 6% on that Tuesday. But I took that setup on US 30 and I lost that 1% on the new documenting account, and the account is now down 2%. So on Wednesday, I took a trade. I was not documenting this trade, the one I took on Tuesday on this new account. I did not document it. My plan was to bring the account back to make that 1%, keep the account at 5,000, so I can start documenting from there. So on Wednesday, I took a trade on US 30 again, and that trade hit SL, and I'm now down 3%. So on that Wednesday was the day I messed up. Instead of leaving this account at that 3% and still come tomorrow to shoot my shot, guess what I did? Because this two pairs, this NAS 100 and US 30, has getting used to stopping me out on US 30 on my setup and going in my direction on NAS 100. I now take another trade on NAS 100, which also stopped me out, which means I've broken my rules of one trade per day, and still I was not able to get that account back to break even. And this singular act broke me. Honestly, broke me. Throughout the day, I was feeling like there's something missing inside me. Since then, it was not because of the loss, but because I broke my own rules that I've been consistent with for close to a year now, just because I want to bring this account back to break even. And at the end of the day, I still lost more, which I should know that this is not going to end well. But I thank God it happened that way, because if that trade that went to my direction, I will have it, my mind will just recognize it, that it's okay to try. But seeing it play out this way will always remind me that there will always be consequences when you go against your rules. Always stick to the rules. Always stick to the rules. This is how I broke my rules on Wednesday. On Thursday, I still came to the chart. I took my one trade as normal on gold, which I documented. That was when I started the documenting, because after this thing happened on Wednesday, I went back to reset myself and my mindset. I said, there is no need waiting to get this account back to break even before I start my documenting. I should just start documenting my trade. I've lost 4% already. There's nothing I can do about it. 3% as of that time. I've lost 3% already. So there's nothing I can do about it. Let me just start my documenting. Instead of trying to bring the account back to break even before I start documenting. So on Thursday, I started my documenting. On Thursday, I took a trade on gold, which went to SL, and the account came down to minus 4%. I'm going to show you guys the trade on the chart. Then on Friday, I also took a trade on gold. The trade is still running now, but I was supposed to close that trade. But that was my mistake though. That was my mistake because of my entry. I didn't come to the chart on time. Like I told you guys, on Friday I come to the chart by 2. That was when I come to the chart. On a normal, even if I don't want to trade a London session, at least 11:30 to 12 o'clock, I should be done with my analysis. I came to the chart on Friday by 2. So when I saw that setup, after analyzing my trade, and I saw that setup, I still see the price at my entry points, and where I was expecting. Price has already mitigated that zone and is pushing. So instead of me setting limit to see if the market will pull back to that my point of interest, so I can continue with the price, I entered with market price. I just entered directly. So because I entered direct, the risk to reward had reduced. So where I was supposed to put my take profit, if I put my take profit there, it will be like 1:2. So I had to go a little bit further to get 1:3 to 1:4 RR. So market have already gotten to that my target, you know, and I'm breaking even on the trade, so that even if the market come down to my entry, will just stop me out at break even, you know. But the trade was supposed to be a good win. At least that target should give me 1:3 or 1:3.5. But it's okay. It's okay. But that also made me understand that gold can be very good with this my strategy. You know, so this is what happened this week. I feel very bad about it, but I said let me come here and share it and see if I even feel better, you know, because I've been feeling weak since that Wednesday, and I don't want to go against my rules for anything, any reason, again, no matter what, you know, I should always stick to my system. Now, this video is getting long already, and I haven't even shared my charts. So let me just do a quick recap on the chart, so I will show you guys how the week went. I think I'm just going to forget about those other trades and just show you guys the trade I took on gold. Let's go to the charts now. All right, so this is the gold trade. As you can see how the gold is pulling back, you know. So this is the last one though. This is the last one, and this trade, I took this trade from inducement. This was supposed to be and I have this zone marked out. So I have it marked out. This was supposed to be where my point of interest, where I will be expecting a reaction, you know, to push to the upside. I have this my POI marked out, but I just took this trade from here because on the lower time frame the point of interest still look good. Let me go to 15 minutes time frame so you guys will see. Is it 15 minutes time frame now? Yeah, 15 minutes time frame. You can see has an inducement and the POI is still clean. I think that was on 30 minutes time frame. Yeah, you can see. So that's why I took the trade, and this is on Thursday, and the trade stopped me out to mitigate my initial POI. So on Friday I didn't come to the chart on time. If I had come to the chart on time, I was supposed to set my pending order here, because this pullback here is the one that mitigated me. Let me go to 15 minutes so you see. You see, this is the point of interest where I took the trade. You see, so after this flip zone here, this supply here failed. You can see how this supply pushed price down, but it failed, took it out. So I took this as my inducement to pull back, and this is where I set my business. But I also just covered the low with the point of interest I marked from 2 hours. I just covered this low here. So my target was supposed to be like this, and my entry was supposed to be from here, from this line here, you see. So then I can target this zone. You can see 1:3. So this was supposed to be my target, and if I had come to the chart on time, I would have met up on this trade. By now I should be out of this trade, but still I will still be expecting price to come into this fair value gap, react from there, and I think another entry might be given here to still push to the upside. But if it doesn't happen like that and the market push down, stop me out at break even, still okay, because I won't be losing any money to this setup again. So that is it. I also have, that is it. I don't want to make this video any longer, you know. This is over 20 minutes already, and you can see the two trades, Thursday and Friday. I documented them. I only didn't document those trade on US 30, those trade that messed with my psychology, because I was not trading that setup to document it. I just wanted to bring that account back to break even, so I did not even journal everything down. And I added another page to my documentary, where I do my daily forecast. And I'm liking this. You can see it. I did it with the calendar page. So you can see on 14th I took US 30, 15th NAS 100, 16th gold on London session, on 17th gold. So this is the two trades that I didn't document. So let me show you guys the trade from here. Okay, I didn't take this one. I didn't take them, but I forecasted it. But what I was expecting to see the market do, it did not happen. It did not happen. So I did not take these trades. I only take this gold. This gold. Like this Thursday, you see, you guys can see. This analysis I did on Thursday was what I used to enter this Friday setup. You see it. See. So this is it. So that is what happened. And I also, though I'm not documenting this one, but I've been killing it on BTC and Ethereum, especially Ethereum. I've been killing it on this crypto. Okay, I didn't tell you guys because I was not documenting it. I bought a crypto PropFirm account. I just passed the phase 1 yesterday, being Friday. Yeah, I just passed the phase 1. So this is it. Let me show you guys. More bits. Just saw their advert and I decided to get a 5K account with them. So this is the account. Haven't taken any trade. This is phase 2 though. Haven't taken any trade. You can see the trades I've taken so far. Let me show you guys something. So this is the trade. Let me show you guys something. Let me go to this because I'm also journaling everything. So this is the trade. Let me show you guys something. Look at this trade. Check this trade out. I've taken how many trades? 17 trades. Total of 17 trades. Now let me count my losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 losses out of 17 trades. Now how many wins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 17 trades, 6 wins, 11 losses. And I was able to pass phase 1 of my account with just 6 losses. With just 6 wins, I was able to make 10%. And this account, I've grown this account to 7% before, and it came down to break even. When it came down to break even, I was on break even when I saw this trade. See this trade, this is 6%. I also have that same setup on BTC. Yes, this is it. I took both of them. But BTC played around on my stop loss. Same with Ethereum, played around until weekend crossover. The new week, BTC crypto new week starts from Monday, as in the crossing from Sunday to Monday. You understand, by 1 o'clock. So that's opening spread. That was how BTC. If you look, you will see that BTC did not even come close to my SL, but the spread stopped me out. It was even because this crypto prop firm, that spread is very tight. Now look at Ethereum. Ethereum came very close to my stop loss, but it did not stop me out. It held. So I lost this BTC, which this BTC is 5%. You can see almost 6%, 5.8 RR. But Ethereum is 6.45 RR. So I was supposed to pass this account with just this 2 trades, but BTC stopped me out. So this one giving me 5%, 6%. I was up 5% because I lost 1% with BTC and make 6% with Ethereum, which means I was up 5% before I analyzed this trade. After analyzing this trade, I was trying to input the coordinates to set my limit order, my system off. So, and before I wanted to go and buy fuel that day, but I said, let me just chill, that they are going to give us light and I will take the trade. And that trade was, it has given this engagement. If I go to 15 minutes time frame, you will see it has given this engagement and it's pushing up. I said before this market will push up and pull back to this entry, there will be light. So I will just set the pending order. And before they gave us light that day, it was around after 11 in the midnight. And before I came to the charts, this trade have already hit TP. And this is 1:4, 4.27. So I missed this trade. And this one, I took this one. This is 1:4. But this 1:4 was not complete because of the stop loss was tight. So the leverage, which is 100 leverage, which is the max that I can use, if I use it, it's giving me like $21 risk. It's giving me like $21 risk. So I have to set the pending order. I have to set 2 pending orders, and that 2 is not even up to $15. So I just set it like that. This 4% you are seeing here, I was able to make just 3.5%, I think 3.5%, and it hits TP. Then I now saw this setup. I took this one too. But this one, when it triggered, move, I think around this place, I have already met my targets. So I close, and the prop firm is very fast. Immediately they sent me logins for phase 2. So I set my pending order again on this setup, and the market pushed down. You can see how close it came to my limit order, but it's not triggered, and then push up to hit TP. I see how I'm winning on this BTC and Ethereum back to back. The same thing I'm doing with this crypto is the same thing I'm doing with indices and Forex. But for some reasons, it's just working more on crypto. Imagine taking 17 trades, winning only 6, losing 11, and making more than 10%. That is crazy, but it's risk to reward, because BTC move fast. They move fast, and the target is always higher. You can see how I'm catching 1:6, 1:4, 1:5. There is a trade that I took, that is 1:8 trade, 1:8 points something. I think I've deleted that setup. But the same thing that BTC did was what he did with that setup. Played around on my entry until he stopped me out before the move happened. I think I've deleted that setup. I think this is the setup here. I deleted it. So, but I'm not just documenting this crypto tradings. I just want to do it by the side. I just feel like showing you guys what is also going on the other side. So that is it for this week video, and I will catch you guys next week. I know I will work hard, and I promise I will never go against my rules again. This have taught me a very big lesson, and now I have 3 pairs to focus on, and I will be going for the best setup from next week. If it's your first time coming across this my YouTube channel, please do well to like and subscribe. I will catch you guys next week. I'm wishing you guys a happy weekend and a profitable week ahead. I will see you guys. Peace.